Hey YouTube, it's Mike here and I'm bringing you guys a quick video based on the event that we just basically finished watching, where this young boy that was 16-year-old by the name DhTekKz, if I'm saying that correctly, I could be saying it completely wrong. Anyway, this 16-year-old comes as an unknown, nobody knows him from Xbox, and comes and starts smacking all the pros. And I'm actually very happy for this because the video is going to be based on the event and what you guys think about the event. And of course, congratulations to this basically newcomer from Xbox, 16 years old. It's amazing to see some of these young kids come along and like I said, smack all the pros. That was one hell of a finals, I can tell you. You really give that guy Nichols one hell of, did he ever give him a lesson? And that's a guy that's been around for a long time apparently, but this young kid, I see a lot of like pros kind of frustrated during the event. A lot of them started complaining about certain things during the event, like they started complaining about kickoff goals. Anyway, they complained, and fixed FIFA, they didn't complain, but all of a sudden they're at the event and they basically started complaining. So my question is to guys like #Ari. Hey, #Ari. So how did that favor you after cherry picking your way to the tournament? Because it looks like for a guy that went what 120-0 or whatever it is, that apparently you went online FUT Champions and what, you lost what, 3 games, 4 games in the tournament? I mean, how do you go 120-0 and then you're not even able to basically, you know, what did you go like? What did he go like 5-3, 6-3, something like that, 6-4? You know what I mean? Like, and this is a guy that went 120-0. Shells went 280-0 and got smacked by this little kid. Like, no, was it Shells or Megabytes? Megabytes, I think, got smacked by this little kid. Anyway, so you see all these pros that they were basically dodging themselves during the qualification rounds, during the weekend league, and it basically backfired because probably this little kid was actually playing legit, and I think he finished with 150 wins, if I heard that correctly, out of 160, and he ended up barely qualifying. And this is what I was trying to mention in one of my older videos, where I said that when Krasi and all these guys cheated, I said you could be taking somebody's place that actually deserves to be there. And just for example, this kid, he actually ended up making it, and he was almost out of the tournament. So probably, if you know, like by maybe a win or two, he could have been out of the top 64, and he was not even going to make it to the tournament. And this is what I meant by the cheating, the cherry picking and all that stuff. We're eliminating certain spots for real people that deserve to be in that tournament. Now, I'm not saying all the pros that went there didn't deserve to be there. Of course, there's some of them who are really good. I was impressed with a lot of them. Even that guy, the stranger, even if he did lose versus this against the Argentina guy, he played very, very well. I mean, there's a lot of them that were very good players, but the thing is that a lot of people are basically, they believe in their head that guys like #Ari, Taz, and Gorilla, they're the best because they're on YouTube, because all of a sudden they make videos and they're the best and nobody could beat them. Everybody believes everything they see when they see these retarded records that don't even make sense. How can you even go and play the weekend league and consider yourself a pro or a top player, but all you're doing was cherry picking who you were going to play? All these pros were talking between themselves and basically were determining how to not face each other, you know. And this is what I'm happy, is that this young kid came and nobody knew him, so nobody expected nothing from this guy, and he basically showed them all how the game is played today. You know, like he started scoring long shots, he started doing everything. He was doing all kinds of different dribbles. He actually basically was giving them a lesson how to play the game, you know. And this is why I believe a lot of these guys that are the face of FIFA, they're the wrong people for it, because a lot of these guys are not as good as people think they are. There was a couple of guys that were in the considered the pros, that were in this tournament that I believe I could have probably beat, to be honest with you. After watching them play, I didn't watch all the games, but I watched a majority of the games, and I can tell you that a lot of them did not impress me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys at home were not impressed too with some of these guys, the way they were playing. Anyways, long story short, I'm happy that a 16-year-old that nobody knew came along and, like I said, smacked some of these pros, ended up winning the championship and proving that a lot of these guys probably don't even deserve to be there. And it's probably a lot of kids like this guy here that didn't make it just because they couldn't afford to have a mega team in front of him, and maybe got themselves cheated out basically out of the top 64 on PS4 or Xbox based on what was happening during that month. So now for the month of February is going to be the new qualifications for the new tournament, and hopefully what the new patch that FIFA is going to implement in consoles coming up this week is going to fix that cherry picking, and basically I hope actually the pros learned a lesson from cherry picking, because it didn't help them. It actually, like I said, it backfired, because a new kid comes along and nobody knows nothing about them, and he smacks them. And that's what it is. I mean, the pros should be playing the pros. If you consider yourself a top 100 player or an elite 1 and higher, you should be playing against each other, and this is a way to determine who are the best players of FIFA. And when these tournaments arrive, the best of the best should be there. And like I said, I really believe there's a lot of people that couldn't afford mega teams and stuff like that, and basically got cheated out of a place in this tournament. I could imagine how many of young boys like this guy here that was 16 years old that could have probably made the tournament if this game was more evened, in a way of saying that it wasn't all based on pay to win, because this game is pay to win. A lot of these pros paid themselves and cheated themselves to victory to basically make the tournament. I know there's going to be some people that are going to agree with me. They're going to be like, Mike, when we talked about some of these guys that were there were amazing. Yes, I'm not saying they were all bad. There were definitely some very good players that would smack all of us. But there was definitely a few players that were there that probably are not supposed to be there. And that's my personal opinion. I believe there's other players out there somewhere that are better than what we saw at this tournament. I also wanted to say that EA did a pretty decent job, even if some people didn't like the commentaries from the announcers. They weren't that great. Whatever, it's a beginning for them, I guess. I mean, they weren't used to, like, I guess, the FIFA esports. I know they usually comment on other events and whatever. I guess they weren't as good as we wanted them to be, but I mean, this is the first event that they do esports. I believe it's going to become better, of course. I mean, we're going to get to see a lot of these newcomers come along, and eventually they're going to know them, and they're going to, they're going to have more like knowledge of what they're talking about and stuff like that, and it's going to make it more interesting when we watch the next events and stuff like that. Anyways, I did want to say that that basically I finally achieved finishing Elite 3 for the month. As you can see in the game in the background, you're watching me play. I will win this game. I'm winning already 2-0. I will win this game, and I win 3-0. Sorry, I win 3-0. And basically, I will achieve Elite 3 for the month. So next week, I will be bringing you guys my monthlies. Like I think it's 10 or 12 red informs. So I'm proud that I finally achieved it, because I've been breaking my head trying to beat this game, and finally I reached that level that I'm able to basically get Elite 3 for the month. I haven't achieved Elite 3 for the week yet. I've been struggling. I won't lie, I've been struggling. I've been playing with a very good team in front of me. I just can't get 29 wins. I mean, I'm getting 25 plus, 26, 27. I just can't, reach that next level, and I'm going to keep on working. I may sell the team that I have at the moment based on the rewards we're going to get next week, and maybe switch it around a little bit. I want to play with different players and see what happens. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the event. I did. I mean, I found it nice. I mean, I think I learned a lot from some of the games that I've seen there. There was some people that were really, really good. Of course, like, I don't want to say that all the people that were there didn't deserve to be there. There was definitely a lot of the players that were there that were very good, and I think just by watching them play, you actually learn something about the game, and you actually become better at the game too by just watching them play. And I think that when people watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, it's because they want to learn from these people, and they want to improve their game and stuff like that. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope you guys had success in your weekend league. I'm happy with my performance, getting my Elite 3 for the first time this year. You know, I was at a point where I was about to quit. Basically, I didn't believe I could make it anymore because I just couldn't fight the BS, and finally I was able to achieve it. Anyways, so I want to wish everybody a good weekend, and I hope you guys all had, like I said, a great weekend. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.